Alright, so as of the time of me editing this, the Dark and Darker beta has closed, so I probably won't have any Dark and Darker videos up until either the beta reopens or until the full game releases. So yeah, this is the last bit of footage I have from the game. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So, as you guys saw in the last video I uploaded, I was not doing so hot on Barbarian. I had 2 losses back to back, like one right after the other. The first one being downright embarrassing. So I played another game of Barbarian. I ended up getting 4 player kills and extracted as the last one alive. And I was not recording that. So then the next game, I'm like, hey, I'll record. And this is the game I got. And if I remember right, this game actually goes pretty well. I get some kills, I'm able to extract. And yeah, it was great. I'll gameplay going. So the big hammer I'm using right now, I had gotten in the game before this, that I had mentioned previously. And it's a purple hammer, and right there is the first time I realized I could one-shot the tier 1 goblins to the head. And so you'll see me here, really, there again, trying to get these one-shot kills. So I had just realized I could do that. This is like the first sort of like good weapon I actually got on my Barbarian and not my Rogue. So here, I see another player, like, fighting guys in the middle. I'm kind of waiting for him to come over to me. But, sadly, a goblin sees me, so I gotta kind of back away and kill him. Right, and so I beat him in here to hopefully draw as little attention to myself as possible. So that, I can still get the drop on that player. Now here, I notice a second player has joined the fight, so I'm like, okay, while they're fighting, I might be able to get in and hit one from the back while they're both low. So I'm just kind of watching them happen. I see one of them get hit by a goblin, so I'm like, alright, now's my time. So I go in, I immediately get a headshot on him, which is a great start, and there's one dead. I then headshot him again, and 2 headshots to finish the job, and then here comes the goblin mage, who I'm sure is low, and look at that. 6 shots total to kill 2 players and the mage. Yeah, that was a second. This is a run right from my last good one. So I was feeling pretty good. I'm like, alright, 2 runs in a row. They're going pretty well so far. And so now I'm just thinking, hey, I kinda gotta extract now after I loot all this. Like, this is a lot of good loot. So yeah, I'll let the rest of the run play out. Now here I've heard another player who's below me, so I'm sneaking around, trying to see if I can find a way to see him. Because 3-player kills is better than 2-player kills, so I'm like, I'll get a level 2 here, But Now here's where I finally decide to drop down to get the player. I feel like I got a pretty good idea where he is. Look at that, faced away from me, and I get the perfect, boom, one headshot. That one kills the goblin, not him, and then the second thing finishes him off. This Warhammer man in wide open spaces was so good, because there's no wall you can hit. It breaks through shields, and it does so much damage. So, yeah, that's the third player kill of the run, and now I'm just like, alright, I gotta get out of here. So I'm just trying to find a way to escape. Alright, you know, that extraction, even though I got a low G at the end, felt so good having... That was my second run in a Realm Barbarian where I got multiple player kills and got out with a bunch of loot. But when I realized the portals on the top floor, I thought at first I wasn't going to make it because I thought the circle was already coming in. It wasn't until I was just about there I realized I had some more time, and so that's why I decided to loot the chest and fully kill the goblin. But yeah, that was one of like the best barbarian runs I've had. Yeah, I'll skip forward a little bit to the next run. Alright, so this is the last game I have recorded from the Dark and Darker mobile beta. And it wasn't a bad game, it just wasn't super eventful. You know, I would have liked to have the last game on here have been something crazy, like a bunch of player kills or going to hell or something like that. Sadly, that's not what happened. It's mostly PvE. I get one player kill in here. It's against a wizard who just didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I'm gonna speed this up slightly. And then I'll bring it back down to normal speed once I get to the player fight. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so this was the one player kill, and it was pretty sloppy. You see here, I miss a hit, you know? Wizard gets hit from behind by the goblin, so he rushes in. I missed a second hit, and he gets hit again by the goblin, and then I one-shot him. He didn't try to attack me or anything, he just kind of stood there. And yeah, that was the fight. I kind of struggled with this goblin for a little bit, but the way to get out spawns just right in front of me. So you'll see I kind of loot both of them, and then I'm kind of just like, do I need to leave? Because I got a way out right there. Yeah, so I looked around a little bit, and then I just decided, hey, I'm going to leave. That was a good run. So at this point, I didn't know the beta was going to end right away. So, had I known, I probably would have recorded one more game where I just went and tried to get as many kills as possible.